Vietnam wasn't just a jungle war, it was a mechanical nightmare. We're breaking down every US land vehicle that survived the mud, the mines, and the ambushes. Here is tanks and combat armor, M48A3 Patton. This was the primary main battle tank for American forces. Its thick armor and powerful 90mm gun made it a formidable beast in the jungle. It provided essential cover for infantry during heavy firefights. M48A2C Patton. This earlier version featured a gasoline engine. It served mostly with South Vietnamese forces and played a vital role in early armor operations across the rugged terrain. M67 Zippo. This terrifying machine replaced the main gun with a flamethrower. It was used to clear thick vegetation and bunkers with a continuous stream of fire, earning its famous nickname, M551 Sheridan. This was an airborne light tank designed to be dropped from planes. It was fast and featured a massive 152mm gun launcher. Crews had mixed feelings about its aluminum hull, but it provided serious firepower. Next, M41 Walker Bulldog, a highly mobile light tank that was well liked by its crews. It proved to be very effective against enemy armor in the hands of trained operators and saw extensive action with the South Vietnamese Army. M24 Chaffee. This light tank was a veteran of World War II. It saw limited use early in the conflict before being phased out by newer, more modern designs. Now this is the M50 Ontos. This strange-looking vehicle carried 6 recoilless rifles. It was an absolute powerhouse for the Marines when clearing out enemy positions, and was especially effective during the battle for Hue City. M56 Scorpion. This was an unarmored self-propelled gun. It looked fragile, but its 90mm cannon packed a serious punch for such a light frame, allowing it to be easily transported by air. Next up, armored personnel carriers and cars. M113, the most widely used armored vehicle of the war. An aluminum box on tracks, it carried troops into battle while protecting them from small arms fire and shrapnel. M113A1. This updated version switched to a diesel engine. It was more reliable and much less likely to catch fire than the previous gasoline models, making it the preferred choice for long missions. M113ACAV. Modified for heavy combat. This version added extra machine guns and gun shields. It turned a simple transport into a deadly assault vehicle that could dish out massive amounts of fire. M132 Zippo. Based on the standard armored transport, this vehicle carried a flamethrower and large fuel tanks. It provided mobile fire support to flush out hidden enemy units from thick brush. M106. This was a heavy mortar carrier. It allowed crews to fire a 4.2-inch mortar directly from the safety of an armored hull, providing vital support for the infantry. M125, a smaller mortar carrier designed for the 81mm mortar. It provided quick and mobile indirect fire support for units on the move. The next one, M577. Known for its high roof, this was a mobile command post. It was filled with radios and maps to help officers direct the flow of battle while staying mobile. Next, M114. This was a small scout vehicle meant for reconnaissance. It struggled in the deep mud and rice paddies and was eventually replaced by more capable machines. V100 Commando. This 4-wheeled armored car was built for escorting convoys. Its speed and high visibility made it perfect for protecting supply lines against sudden ambushes. M3 Half-Track, a classic design from the Second World War. A few of these old veterans were still being used by support and South Vietnamese units during the early years of the conflict. Up next, M8 Greyhound. This 6-wheeled armored car was fast on paved roads. It was primarily used for internal security and guarding air bases from infiltration. Let's move on to utility and light tactical vehicles. M151 Mutt. This was the standard utility jeep for the entire war. It was lightweight and versatile, though its unique suspension made it a bit tricky to handle at high speeds. M151A1, an updated version of the standard utility jeep. It featured minor improvements to the rear suspension to make it slightly safer for the driver during sharp turns. M151A1C. This jeep was modified to carry a 106mm recoilless rifle. It served as a fast and deadly tank killer for mobile units. Now, this is the M151 Tau, a specialized jeep equipped with heavy anti-tank missiles. It gave light units the power to take out enemy armor from long range with great precision. M38A1 Jeep. This older style of jeep was still in service during the early years. It was rugged and simple, paving the way for the more modern utility vehicles. M422 Mighty Might, a tiny aluminum jeep designed specifically for the Marine Corps. It was light enough to be carried by the early helicopters of the era across the thick jungle canopy. Next, M274 Mechanical Mule. This was a simple, flat platform on 4 wheels. It carried supplies and heavy weapons through narrow trails where larger trucks simply could not go. The next one, M561 Gamma Goat, a unique 6-wheeled vehicle with a jointed body. It was designed to handle the roughest terrain, although it was notoriously loud and difficult to drive. Now let's look at logistics and heavy cargo trucks. M35. This 2.5-ton truck was the backbone of every supply convoy. Soldiers called it the Deuce and a Half, and it was the most common sight on the roads. Up next, M54 series. This was the larger 5-ton truck. It was built like a tank and could haul massive loads of ammunition, fuel and equipment over the muddiest roads. M37, a 3/4-ton truck that filled the gap between the small jeep and the heavy haulers. It was a tough and reliable general-purpose vehicle for all units. M715, this was a heavy-duty pickup truck used for light cargo and personnel. It was based on a civilian design, but toughened up for the harsh military environment. M123, a massive 10-ton tractor truck. It was used to pull heavy trailers carrying tanks and other oversized equipment across the length of the country. M520 Goa. This large articulated vehicle could swim through water and deep mud. It was designed to reach remote fire bases that other trucks could never hope to reach. Next on the list is self-propelled artillery and anti-aircraft. M107, a massive self-propelled gun with an incredibly long barrel. It could fire shells over 20 miles away to support ground troops from a safe distance. Up next, M1110. This heavy howitzer shared the same chassis as the M107. It fired a massive 8-inch shell that could level enemy fortifications with a single hit. M108. This was a light self-propelled howitzer. It provided quick fire support but was eventually replaced by the more powerful M109 models. M109, the standard medium self-propelled howitzer of the war. Its armoured turret and 155mm gun were vital for long-range artillery support. M42 Duster, this vehicle featured twin 40mm anti-aircraft guns. While built to shoot down planes, it was absolutely devastating when used against ground targets. M163 Vulcan, a fast-firing Gatling gun mounted on a tracked chassis. It rained thousands of bullets per minute on enemy positions, providing incredible suppressive fire. The next one, M55 Quad 50, 450 caliber machine guns mounted together on a truck or trailer. It was a favorite for defending convoys and air bases from sudden ambushes. Continuing with engineering and recovery, M88 Recovery Vehicle. This was the heavy lifter of the armor units. It was designed to tow broken or damaged tanks back to safety for essential repairs under fire. M51 Heavy Recovery, based on a tank hull. This massive tow truck was used for the heaviest salvage jobs in the most difficult terrain imaginable. The next one, M578 LAV V, a light recovery vehicle with a rotating crane. It was perfect for lifting engines or repairing smaller armoured vehicles right in the middle of the field. Then M728 Combat Engineer Vehicle. This was a modified tank equipped with a short gun and a crane. It was used to smash enemy bunkers and clear heavy obstacles for the advancing infantry. The next one, Caterpillar D7E Rome Plow, a massive bulldozer with a specialized blade. It was used to clear vast areas of jungle to prevent enemy ambushes and hideouts from being established. AVLB. This was an armored vehicle, launch bridge. It could deploy a metal bridge in minutes, so tanks and trucks could cross rivers and ditches without stopping. Next up, amphibious land-capable vehicles. LVTP-5, a massive amphibious tractor used by the Marines. It could carry dozens of fully equipped troops from ships directly onto the beach and deep inland. LVTH-6. This version of the Amphibious tractor carried a large howitzer. It provided fire support for the Marines during the critical early stages of an amphibious landing. Lark LX, an absolutely enormous amphibious cargo craft. It had wheels the size of a person and could carry 60 tons of supplies from sea to land with ease. Up next, Lark Five, a smaller 5-ton amphibious vehicle. It was the workhorse of the supply beaches, moving essential cargo from transport ships to inland depots. M548, an unarmoured tracked cargo carrier. It was excellent at traversing deep mud to bring ammunition and supplies to the front lines where wheeled trucks would sink, ending with special purpose and support. M109 shop van, a specialised truck used as a mobile repair station. It was packed with tools and parts to keep the Army's electronics and equipment running smoothly. M49 fuel tanker. This was a specialised truck designed to carry fuel. It was a vital lifeline for the many hungry engines operating across the entire war zone. Now, this is the M718 ambulance, a modified jeep designed to carry stretchers. It was used to quickly evacuate wounded soldiers from the front lines to immediate medical help. M725 ambulance, a dedicated ambulance van based on a light truck frame. It provided more room and protection for treating the wounded while they were being transported. M43 ambulance. This older style ambulance was a sturdy veteran of earlier wars. It remained in service to help transport the sick and injured to field hospitals. The next one, Class 530B. This was a specialised fire truck used at busy airfields. It was designed to quickly extinguish aircraft fires and save the lives of pilots. Then Case MC4000, a rugged forklift used for moving heavy pallets of supplies. It was essential for the massive logistics operation at the busy seaports. Clark 6, another dependable forklift seen at every major supply hub. It helped unload the endless stream of cargo arriving for the troops every day. Now, this is the Harley-Davidson WLA. This legendary motorcycle was a carryover from World War II. It was used by military police for scouting, messenger duties, and escorting convoys. M116 Husky, a small tracked cargo carrier designed for soft terrain. It could float on top of the mud where larger vehicles would surely sink and become stuck.